Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's going to be a hot one today. Really hot. We're having some cookies this morning. Me and my beggar Jack. Let's take a look here and see who we got hanging out with us. Oh, man, we're getting some thumbs up. Hurry over there. That's good. I like thumbs up. They give me them warm and fuzzies. Let's see who we got here. We got Mr. Mark Lindsay CNC's here. Mr. L.B. Sharp is in the house. Troy Pritchard is here. Happy Tuesday, Troy. Larry Galt says, good morning, coffee people. Another low 90s day forecast. So far this year, 96 hottest day, August 1st. This time last year, 10 days straight of 99 or above. Yeah. LB says we have a cold front coming in today, under 99 degrees. Yeah. Let's see, Monroe Cook is here. 67. Sweet. Raining here with thunder and lightning. Needed some rain. Getting a little dry here. All right. Mark's got the smoke going on out there in Southern Oregon. Yeah, I doubt if California come get it. They like to just they just like to create it, seems like. Let's see. We got Clyde CNC's here this morning. Good morning, Clyde. Steve Gronsky says, good morning, all. Been missing lots of sessions. Hope to get back in the routine. Yeah, you haven't missed much, Steve. You know how we are. We just not really that much going on. I put all these in a playlist if anybody ever wanted to go back and watch them, but you don't really miss anything when you miss one of these because it's the same thing every day. Paul Stewart's here. Good morning, Paul. Thank you for the thumbs up. Leo Steger's here. Good morning, Leo. Hey, look here. My thing's finally working. I finally hit the right button. About dang time. I don't know what messed that up because you'd think you'd set something and it would just stay working until you turn it off. But no. They update stuff and then all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. Gary Hammett is here. Good morning, Gary. Mr. Ray Dixon, good morning. He's over there on the Facebook side. Dennis Nolan. Dennis becoming quite the regular, isn't he? I think so. He's here pretty much every morning now. Good to have you, Dennis. Hope all is well. Kevin Els. Good morning, Kevin. David Burnett says, good morning. Good day to stay indoors. Yeah, for sure. I've got a little running around to do. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Doc Whitaker's in the house. How you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Darren Birds is here. Morning, everyone. Thumbs up first before saying morning. That's right. That's how we roll around here. Hit that thumbs up first, or the thumbs down. Don't matter. Either one. I get some of those once in a while. Bart Bix was over on Facebook this morning. He just jumps back and forth. Good to see you, Bart. Jim Sinicola says, good morning, all. Finished first Rotary project. Went well working on a video. Awesome. That's fantastic. That is great. That's Mr. Ryan Ballard. My favorite solar man. I keep getting something's making me itch right there. What it is. Bill Hoppins here. Good morning, Bill. Hope you're doing well this morning. Marcello Ballone is here. Let's see. Kenzo Garcia, been a fan of what you do for a long time. Have a good one from the Philippines. Well, thank you for joining the coffee sessions, Kenzo. Come back and see us anytime. We're here every weekday morning at 9 o'clock. So we can drink some coffee. Come on back. Everybody's talking about the weather. Our hottest day was June 28th, 115. Tied an all-time high from 1946. All right. Only supposed to hit 101 today. Well, it's only going to be 72 in your shop, so quit whining. Jeez. Get out there and get her done, man. Come on. Let's see. Dennis says, lots of good stuff going on here, everyone. Hate to miss these gatherings. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but all righty. We'll go along with that. No, a little while after the coffee session ends today, I got to take a little road trip and get some. I wish I could tell you all about it, but I don't want to because there'll probably be a video, a few months down the road. So I don't like to spoil stuff. But it will be a big, well, not big, not like shop shed big or something like that, but it'll be big for me, I think. Anyway, let's. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, I got to tell you, yesterday morning after the coffee sessions, I went back in the house and I've been thinking about something and I thought, I bet you it'll work pretty good. And by golly, it does. So I'm pretty stoked because when I got the new Vectric upgrade the other day, when was it, a week or so ago, when 11 come out. And so I got that, and then I thought, man, Dave, you don't even use this much. You probably shouldn't even wasted the money because I don't really do that much. And although I'm sure the new features are pretty cool, I haven't had time to dive into them. And again, I just don't do that much stuff, but the stuff I do is simple stuff. Hey, there's Sandy. How you doing, Sandy? Good to see you on here this morning. Hope you're doing well. But anyway, I got playing around with something, and I'm thinking, I bet you this will work pretty good using just the drawing side of it, not the cam side. But anyway, it did. I'm gonna hold this up, and you probably won't be able to make heads or tails out of it. Probably won't even be able to see it that good. Maybe. Let's see. Let me see if you can tell what that is. I don't know if you can tell or not. But anyway, this is, let's see if I can point to it right. This right here, I always do my hand the wrong way, is a half of a profile of a vase. Hey, Kenzo's on it. He says, yeah, a vase. Or a vase, depending on where you're from, I guess. I always called them a vase. But anyway, this is going to help a lot laying out segments because that last little bowl I did, and I don't have it out here now, but it just I didn't kind of put any kind of special shape. I did taper it in a little bit at the bottom, but this allows you to, and they've got fancy programs that you can buy to do this kind of stuff. But I'm thinking this will work really good because now I can, like all of these lines going horizontally going up, they're like offset 3/4 of an inch, which is what's going to be the thickness of the ring. the segmented ring. And then the other lines going vertically, they're all, um, like a 1/4 inch. So you can get an idea how. So you're looking at half a base here or half a profile, and then you can see, take that times 2 and you can figure out what your diameter of your ring's going to need to be to cover all of that. And then out here, I just wrote down, because I use that handy dandy little app that's on my phone called Segment Calculator. And you put in the inner radius that you want, the outer radius that you want, and how many segments that you're going to cut. And then it tells you the length and width that you need to make the segment. Super cool. But I thought this is really neat because now that I, draw this up and then put all my numbers in there, then I just bring this out to the shop, sit there on the table saw with a wedgie sled and just go to town cutting wedges. So there will be a vase in my future, or a vase, whichever. How do y'all say it? Is it vase or vase? Or maybe both of those are wrong. I don't know. Paul says looks like a vase. Yeah, that's what it's going to try to be. Let's see. George is here. Good morning, George. As is Bruce Foley. Good morning, Bruce. Oh yeah, Sandy says good. Hope you are. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. If I was any better, I couldn't stand it. I'm telling you, it's a good time to be alive. Well, I guess it is anyway. I will say I saw in the news where I live in Henry County. For those of you that don't know, considered part of Metro Atlanta, but I'm not really in Atlanta. I'm in another little town in Henry County. And I see now that the school board voted to make all the kids wear masks and stuff. So now it's a cluster because parents are mad. Half the parents are mad. Half the parents are happy. It's a mess. I don't really care whether they wear a mask or not. I just want them to go to that two new school buildings that my taxes built. Yeah, because it's like right after they built those things, that's when COVID first hit, and then there wasn't anybody in there. Brand new buildings. So, caught something out of the corner of my eye, and I look over, I see Jack. He's walking around on the front porch over there. So, let's see. What is this? Looks like a good digital file for Etsy. Nah. I don't know what that's about. Hi, buddy. They're all gone. Dave Mack is here. Out walking with Jack's. Neighbor saw a big black bear by their cabin. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What else did I hear on the news this morning? That was pretty much. I mean, we had our usual shootings and stuff. If anybody's wondering about that, Atlanta is, and it's not just Atlanta. It's a lot of the big cities, but Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, Atlanta, Portland. Oh, turning into a war zone down there. But yeah, you can bet you're going to hear about one of those every stinking morning. Ed White's here. Good morning. Mark says, whoops, I missed it. Hold on, let me back up. Hey, Dave, does your table saw have that Herculift caster system on it? I don't know if they call it Herculift on mine. It has a caster system. Mine has 4 wheels. And I had, it's got the little pedal, and I have mine set up. And I've seen guys on YouTube, and they set it up where they've got it turned where you got to walk around to the side of the saw, the short end on the left. And I have mine set right where you stand to cut, where you just reach your foot up there, pop it up, and it rolls around so easy. But that was another contributing factor to my decision to get that saw, because I kind of keep it, and I guess you can kind of tell. It's right there. I kind of keep it pushed against that wall, but then if I get ready to cut something where I need to, something bigger, I just hit that and roll it out and kind of angle it this way, and then I got all kinds of room for, to put one of those dead man stands or whatever out there to catch whatever I'm doing. Kenzo says, what's your opinion on CNC hooked to a desktop versus an offline dedicated controller? Well, as an old time or a long time, and an old long time Mach 3 user, that's pretty much what I use. I've never liked, of course, heck, I build my own stuff. So, but I've always kind of cautioned people, like when they say, well, I'm going to get a computer and I know it's got like a proprietary type control system, you're kind of locked into that. And then you can only get help from other people that have that machine that you have. Whereas if you're running Mach 3 or Mach 4 or UC CNC, and it doesn't really matter what kind of CNC machine you got, you can still get help with the controller side of it, because it's pretty much the same. Not exactly the same, but pretty much the same. Let's see. Mark Beauchamp is over on Facebook. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to the coffee sessions. Mark says, I had mine set in front too. I was wondering if you had moved yours or not. Yeah, I'm glad they're on there, because that sucker's heavy. It is really heavy. You're welcome, Kenzo. And I'm not saying those other machines are bad, the ones that have the dedicated controller. It's just, I'm just not a fan of them. Like I say, you're kind of locked into, as far as getting help. You're either going to have to get help from the manufacturer, which sometimes that's not a good thing, or you got to join a users group that's just people that use just that thing. But Mach 3 is pretty wide open because it'll run anything. And, a lot of people think sometimes, or at least I think they do, that if they get a machine like that that's got a dedicated, say it all runs off one of them little pendant things, that's it. That's a CNC is a CNC. If you wanted to change it out, you could run it off of anything. You could build your own controller and, put different drivers. Same way with those X carves, they all use the, what is that, Arduino Gerbil nonsense. You could run one of those off of a different control. You'd have to set it up right, but the machine itself is just it don't really care what you hook to it. Yeah, you can't beat those things. And I was amazed at how easy it is to lift, because I mean when you step on that pedal, they've got all that figured out and it just pops right up. Um, Kenzo says, I'm going to purchase something soon, ball screw or rack and pinion. Depends on your budget. If money's no object, go with a rack and pinion. And of course, you say ball screw. Ball screws are good, but my machines use a lead screw, which is different than a ball screw. Less expensive. So I know a lot of people I see, even in the Gatton scene, they keep calling this lead screws ball screws, and they're not ball screws. They just kind of use those terms interchangeably, but they're very different. Slides over on Facebook. All right. Yep, just that old racing analogy. Speed costs money. How fast can you afford to go? And just to give you an idea, Kenzo, if I don't know how much you know about my shop in there, but I have 3 CNCs in there, but of course I have my Gatton, which is the DIY plywood machine that uses lead screws. And then I have an Avid that I paid a whole bunch more money for, that has actually it has bigger steppers because it's got NEMA 34s. The Gatton has NEMA 23s. And the Avid has rack and pinion. It has a ball screw for the Z, but it has rack and pinion for the X and the Y. But I can cut whatever on the Gatton and then turn around and cut the same thing on the Avid. And I could send them to you, and you wouldn't be able to tell me which machine cut which part. I mean, they're identical. There's no difference in the accuracy. There's no difference in anything other than the Avid can do it faster, simply because it gets a lot faster rapids. And with the beefier motors, it can cut more at a time than the Gatton can. But it should, because it costs a whole lot more money. So, and I bought my Avid because I needed help keeping up with the production of the Gatton CNCs. That's the only reason I got it. Although I do use it for some other things now too. But the Gattons got so popular that it was tough to keep up. I was having to work too many hours, and I thought, no, this ain't gonna work. We're gonna figure something out here. I'll give you a shot of the jack cam here. Oh, he's not even in the shot. You can barely see his head. He's passed out down there. Them cookies must have had some tryptophan in it or something. I don't think any of them were turkey flavored. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this little Vectric deal. And what's neat is I found you can go to like Google and put in bowl silhouettes, or in this case, base or boss, however you say it. Silhouettes. And you can get a picture, and then you can save that picture and then bring it into Vectric, which is what I did. try to do the bitmap trace. Bitmap trace still not that great. So I ended up just kind of tracing the thing. And of course, I only wanted half of it because I want the other half to be identical. Yeah, my little messages are coming through now. Oh, hot diggity. Glad they're coming. Mark says, just for giggles, I built an Avid online just to see what it would cost. I stopped when I hit 10K. Yeah, mine was, and they've probably gone up. I haven't looked. But mine, not counting shipping, which was a chunk of change because well, it might not be for you because you're right down the road practically, but they're coming all the way across the country for me. But just under shipping, it was just under 10 grand, or without shipping. I mean, and of course, shipping through it just over 10 grand. But it's been well worth the money because it's helped me make a lot of money with the Gatton CNCs. I can put them out a whole lot quicker. I can run about 3 blanks for every one that I can run on a Gatton. It's that much faster. And I don't even crank it up as much as I know some people would. Kenzo says, thank you for honest opinion on it. Before I bought my first one a year ago, I always watched what you were up to in YouTube. Well, thank you. Yeah, I try to shoot straight with folks. The Gatton CNC is a great machine, but they have to remember it's a hobby machine. I piss people off all the time because they think they're going to get a Gatton kit and then build this big industrial type thing, and I'm like, no, you're not. It's a hobby machine. It's a damn good hobby machine, but it's a hobby machine. And there's a lot of other machines that appear to be, super strong and all that, but they're not any better or more accurate than a Gatton. That's just how I see it, Mark says, didn't include shipping. I figure I'd drive. Yeah, you could drive up there for sure. Closest you are. It'd be a hell of a road trip for me. But also remember, Mark, when you all that 80/20 aluminum extrusion that they make their, the gantry and the table frame and all that, they get that from the 80/20 place, and it's in Indiana. So they might, I don't know how they would do it. Even if you go to pick it up, they might still charge you something. I'm sure it'd probably be a hidden charge, I'm sure, because they'd have to get the 80/20 shipped from India, or they just have them ship it straight to you. But still, I'm sure you're going to have some shipping for that in there somewhere, because they don't do that out where is it where they're at? Washington, I think. All that comes straight from the Indiana place. Because I got the 3 big cartons with the extrusion stuff. I got it about a week or week and a half before I got the other 14 cartons from Washington. All right, that was my timer. So that means it's time for me to get going. I got to get ready to go with my buddy Jim. And going to get something today. and I'll be able to tell you about that fairly soon, hopefully. I just got there's so much stuff I got to do that I'm not going to try to do any of it and release bits and pieces before it's totally done. So it'll be like a whole there it is type deal. The Gatton is a great machine. Yeah, I think it is. As far as hobby machines go, there's always going to be the plywood snobs that don't like it, and I don't care. They don't know what they're missing. Let them go spend 4 or 5 times as much money to get something that's not any more accurate. So, hey, there's that other Greg Hamilton. We've been talking about you here lately, Hitch. Or we've been talking about a Greg Hamilton anyway. Good to see you here on the coffee session. All right, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have an awesome Tuesday. If you're not doing nothing tomorrow, around 9 o'clock, come on back and drink some coffee with us. And by the way, some of y'all, I'm looking over here on YouTube, some of y'all need to hit that thumbs up on the way out. A few slackers done snuck in here. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. All right, appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow on Hump Day. Everybody have a good one.